What's good, team? Right now, I'm about to bring you guys another discussion topic today. Today's discussion topic is going to be about the ban list and giving my thoughts and opinions on why everything got hit and why things deserve to get hit. So, without further ado, let's begin. Starting out by saying the players around the U.S. was waiting for the ban list, and despite the fact of Konami taking forever to give us the ban list, me personally, I think Konami did a bang up job with the list. Going over the things that got hit down to on the forbidden section of the side of the list. Forbidden. Performance damage juggler, performance plus fire, hypothalamus, chicken game, and wavering guys. Those are all cards, in my opinion, that should have been hit a long time ago. Damage juggler, upon obvious, the card nets you way much advantage. It can negate wavering guys, it can stop damage, and get you a monster to special summon to the field. Deserve to be banned. Performance plus fire. Too many combos with that card. You can MST it, search for a scale, and get a monster to the field. Why shouldn't that card have been banned? The card was too good, and it just needed to get the hell out of here with that. Like Hypothalamus, that card gave decks a chance to make cards they shouldn't have been able to make. Great example of that would have been Cyber Dragon Infinity and etc. Banning cards like Infinity would have been a little bit too unfair towards the game, so banning Hypothalamus gave us the right hit, in my personal opinion, because the card was just limiting Konami's ability to make even better rank 5s in the future, so Hypothalamus had to go to the forbidden list. Now, this is a controversial everyone's talking about, is Chicken Game. Chicken Game is a card that added consistency to too many bullshit FTK, OTK decks that should not exist. You combo it with cards like Pseudo Space, it's like 6 draw cards, dude. They just draw. Now everyone's saying, why didn't Konami just hit the card that was the problems like Life Equalizer and etc.? Well, put it this way. Cards like Life Equalizer, cards like Blasting Ruins and etc., while they are problem cards in a sense, we have to have alternate win condition cards in the game. Now, I don't personally think Konami has a problem with alternate win condition cards, but I personally also think that Konami does not want those cards to be FTK orientated type decks. A prime example is that is a deck like Final Countdown, alternate win condition card, and it's a viable deck, but at the same time, Konami hasn't attacked the deck. Reason being, because the deck ain't that good. It's playable for like a locals and maybe a region, might get you 1 or 2 games, but for the most part, Konami has not attacked the deck. Yes, some of you might argue, well, Konami did hit that one dead piece card, which made the deck viable, which is true, but one dead piece was also using other decks like Dragoonies and etc. So, I personally think Chicken Game is just a turbo card, it's a free +1, and it just shouldn't have had to exist because the player can go Chicken Game, draw a card, pass to the opponent. The opponent can draw and pass to the player can draw again, so the player who played Chicken Game is always going to be one step ahead of the opponent. So obviously, that's going to force the opponent to just blow up Chicken Game on their turn so the opposing player don't gain advantage over them. Now, everyone didn't run Chicken Game, but at the same time, I can understand why it got hit. It just made free slots for decks that shouldn't be as consistent as they are anyway. So that's my thoughts on that. Cards like Chicken Game deserve to get hit, that make FTK, OTK oriented alternate win condition decks more viable. And then we have Wavering Guys getting hit. Wavering Guys is a great hit for pendulum decks. Wavering Guys breaks the pendulum mechanic because I personally believe Konami does not want to stop making 1 card pendulum scales. But I believe in order for a pendulum deck to be good, they have to have that 1 top deck card pendulum scale to bring them back into the game. But the thing is, when you have cards like that, you're going to have consistency cards like Wavering Guys, popping scales, allowing you to search for more. So hitting cards like Wavering Guys made the pendulum mechanics a little more balanced in Konami's eyes, because when they do make more 1 card scales, they won't be that broken. So congrats to Konami for doing so. Limited down to 1. Luster Pendulum to Draco Slayer, Perform Power Monkey Boar, Perform Power Skull by Joker, Wisdom My Magician, Elder Entity Northern, Thousand Eyes Strig, Ignis the Promise, the Blasting Draco Slayer, Draco Face Off, Reasoning, Upstart Goblin. So I'm gonna start with Luster Pendulum Draco Slayer first. Honestly, this is just Konami doing Konami. Most of the Pendulum Luster Slayer deck is commons and rares, and they may have a few supers and ultras here and there. I personally believe the Luster engine in general and the Pepe engine in general got hit was because of 2 reasons. One reason they're past their time, and OCG they just completely ran things. I believe all the way up until the last nationals for OCG, if I'm not mistaken. And then TCG they just been running rampant, so Konami is just hitting that to please the TCG players, but in addition to that, to promote their new TCG product, which is the Cosmo deck. You can't really have a deck being better than Cosmos competing with it, because even though Cosmos is doing great right now, pre the Performer Power deck getting hit, Konami still is dealing with Performer Power decks topping, and I believe that's going to be a problem for Konami's future sales. So with that being said, the Performer Power engine had to leave. It just makes sense from a business standpoint that they hit the Monkey Board and the Skull Correct Joker and the Luster Pendulum Dragon Slayer. Same thing goes with the Wisdom Eye, because Konami saw in the OCG on how Wisdom Eye was a problem, so Wisdom Eye eventually had to go, because everyone knows if they would just tarnish the complete Luster Pendulum Pepe deck, people would have went towards the Magician orientated deck. So it only makes sense, which is why Draco face off on all that Pendulum shit got hit. Upstart Goblin, same concept as Chicken Game deck. Konami don't mind Konami don't mind alternate win condition decks being a thing, but with that being said, they shouldn't have the consistency they have, which is why they're considered alternate win conditions. They're mainly made for fun players and casual players, not competitive players. They don't want the competitive scene being ruined with, as a lot of you guys have to say, cancer. Elder Entity Northern, this was the one that a lot of YouTubers had predicted. The card should have been hit a long time ago. I would prefer to see the card banned, but at 1, it's like whatever. You rip the Instant Fusion, you hit the Northern. It gives Instant Fusion a reason to be used, but I can't see in the future down the line after Instant Northern being hit. The card is just a free rank 4, and I personally feel like free rank 4 shouldn't exist in this game. I don't think anything free should exist in this game. You should have to pay for it. I mean, 1,000 life points ain't shit, so for right now, I see why Northern is hit. And then we have 1,000 Astro Street coming back. That's just Konami testing the waters. Konami did announce a while back that they wanted to bring at least one card off the ban list here and there throughout the time. And I personally believe, since they didn't give us things back the last list that we received, that restricted the card that they decided to give us back. Which is good, because restricted the power card, and it's a class that a lot of players have been wanting. Semi-limited. Debris Dragon, Lord Darkness, Emergence Teleport. We're going to start with Debris Dragon. I thought this fucking card was at semi-limited already, but it hasn't really done nothing, so whatever that card. Allure of Darkness, this is just going to give Cosmos more advantage. Reason being, you can draw 2 cards, banish your Dark Destroyer, play your Cosmo Town, get the Dark Destroyer back. So this is giving Cosmos more consistency with their deck. And with more Cosmo support coming out, I'm going to predict right now that most of the new Cosmo support is going to be dark. Konami gave us Allure back to help out their future sales. Emergency Teleport, with them bringing back Allure of Darkness and the players bitching about Emergency Teleport, they hit Emergency Teleport just to appease the players, but in addition to that, they wanted to stop decks like Monarchs from getting their consistency from Emergency Teleport and etc. But I do believe down the line, post-Nationals, once Cosmos has got the use out of Konami's wallets and Cosmos has gotten the use out of Konami's sales, Teleport is going to get hit, and obviously the Cosmo deck's going to get hit. Then Unlimited, no one really cares about this part, but D-Mock, the card was shit after their errata. Tragodia, card didn't get ran at 2, so give it to us for 3. Advanced Ritual Art, you'll see a lot of Ritual players using that in their Herald of Perfection decks and etc. But it's going to be a fun card to see used for a while. Then Crush Card, the card is just not as good as it used to be because of their errata. Now, the one thing a lot of players are talking about is, why didn't Monarchs get hit? Now, a lot of Monarch players are rejoicing because they're like, yes, my deck did not get hit, but at the same time, Monarchs really ain't that powerful in the TCG because they have Cosmos to combat it. With that being said, Konami can't just have Cosmos being the only good deck. They want to push something, and since the Monarch structure that came out, and they know that Monarchs kind of counter Cosmos at this current point in time, they can push more sales of their structure decks to allow the budget player like me to fight the meta decks like Cosmos. Now, with that being said, I do believe in the future we might get an adjusted list where Pantheism and everything get hit, because if players are playing the Monarch deck and having success with it like I am, Monarchs are gonna get hit on an adjusted list. I can almost guarantee you guys that. and Cosmos is going to be Konami's cash cow, leading all the way up post Nationals. But I believe a lot of players believe it already. And obviously Cosmos didn't get hit because it's Konami's cash cow. They're not going to cut the cash cow. And they just reprinted everything to give the budget players rejoice, because now budget players can build a budget-friendly version of Cosmos. But with the next set being released, they're going to give us more Cosmo cards to appease the player who likes to spend money on the game. So with all that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts and opinions on the ban list. I agree with everything Konami did. I don't have a problem with nothing they did. I do agree with the fact that I believe Monarch should have gotten hit. But as a Monarch player, I'm happy that they didn't get hit. What are you guys' thoughts about the ban list? Post that in the comment section down below. And if you guys are new viewers to the channel, I upload 3 days a week. Mondays I do general discussion, so you guys are seeing today. Wednesday I do top 10s, and on Fridays I do my Explain series where I explain decks and archetypes in detail. I do these videos because I truly believe in helping you guys become better players, and also do these videos because I truly believe in you guys helping me become a better player. Chris from Team Innovation signing out. Peace, guys, and stay innovative. Deuces. The mirror match is a thing. Fake barriers is very important in general. Stopping your opponent's plays is way more effective than just maxing, which allows you to